Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my GTA 5 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at yet another wonderful mod, this time in the form of the Domino Mod, which is being made by user Idio, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to bring into the game is, well, the ability for you to spawn dominoes and then knock them over, as one tends to do with dominoes. And I have to admit here, it is quite possibly one of the most useless mods I've had a look at on this series so far, and I love it. It is just so much damn fun. It may have no actual value towards advancing your game or doing crazy things, but there's just something so oddly satisfying about making a complex set of dominoes and then knocking them all over. And I just love it. So let's take a look at how you use it. It's pretty simple. On the numpad of your keyboard, you just need to hit the plus key, or addition, whatever you want to call that key, and you get this menu here, which you control with 2 and 8 to move up and down, and this is where you select what to use as your dominoes. Now we have a swim board, big metal, medium metal, window, sign, barbed gate, and numbers, and once you have whichever domino you desire, you hit the spacebar. Now this is an oddity. The actual instructions for the mod say to hit 5 on the numpad to select, but that didn't work for me at all. It just doesn't seem to do a darn thing. But I accidentally hit spacebar while trying to figure this mod out, and it worked. So spacebar appears to be what you use to select instead of 5. And then once you have it selected, you will spawn dominoes behind you as you walk. So let's just move forward. And there we go. Excellent. Now you'll notice that first sort of swim board spawned spawned and then nothing spawned right behind it. That seems to be an odd little bug in this mod. Sometimes it will start off the line of dominoes immediately without any issues. Other times it'll need a few spaces to get going, so that's just something to keep in mind. And then once you have created your domino design, to stop spawning the dominoes, you hit the plus key again, and we can knock them down. Boom. There we go. Ah, the joy. I've created something beautiful, and now I watch it burn. Or, more specifically, I watch it fall over in a colorful rainbow. Oh, it's glorious. There we go, and that is dominoes. Again, completely useless in making this a more effective or epic or adventurous game, but I just love it. It's glorious. And if you would like to reset your work of domino art after you have knocked it over, it's easy enough to do. You just hit the multiplication key on the numpad, and it will set them all back up again so you can knock it over. And if you need to get rid of them so that you can start a new glorious piece of domino art, it's as simple as hitting the minus key. Boom, they're all gone. And that is something to keep in mind. You will need to use that key fairly regularly, because this mod will very easily crash your game. You are spawning a lot of things out behind you as you walk, which is just adding a whole load of assets to the game, and the more of those you add in, the more likely it is to become unstable and crash. I was making a very intricate one earlier where, in this little parking lot area, I was basically walking up this line, going all the way to the end, and then just making a sharp turn this way to this line, and just repeated that all the way to about here, and my game crashed. So I was just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and then boom, game crashed. So keep that in mind. You don't want to spawn too many of these darn things. But let's take a look at what the other dominoes are. So that was the swim boards we were just having a gander at. Here is the big metal, and this is basically the back end, or the door rather, of a shipping container, and you just kind of walk around, and these are, quite frankly, probably my favorite of the dominoes, purely because of the sound they make as they fall over. So let's hit plus to stop spawning them. And yes, just listen as you hear the sound of metal crashing, dominoes all the way to the end. Ah, yes. I don't know why, but I find that very satisfying. So let's get rid of those and take a look at the next one, which is the medium metal, which is basically the same thing. It's just half of that door that we were just using to spawn in. So there we go. You can only see the one door panel rather than both door panels of the previous one. And it does give you that same satisfying sound, which of course I love. So let's stop spawning and knock them over. There goes the metal. Glorious. A little bit lower in sound. It actually sounds more like a chain link fence, but oh well. There we go, subtracting rid of those. The next dominoes are windows, and these are interesting. Probably the most domino-like of all of the items that you'll use here in size and shape, and also, of course, since it is quite thin windows, you can make some pretty cool, intricate designs with these, which I have quite enjoyed. And there we go, we'll stop there. Okay, come on, plus. There we go. Sometimes the numpad doesn't seem very responsive in bringing up the menu, but let's knock them over. Now, sadly, on the glass, the windows don't shatter. I think it'd be far more amusing. Oh no, one of them fell. Oh, we had this turn far too close to the other. Oh well, let's just knock this over. Excellent. Fixed. There we go. And then the next one is... Oh god, there we go. I pressed plus too many times. The next one is signs. And these are those little signs that you see the crazy people in hobos carrying. And so it's a much smaller, tinier set of dominoes. But there we go. We'll just stop there and back up into it. Boom, there goes the cardboard signs. And again, just something absolutely satisfying about seeing all these things falling over. Beautiful. Now the next is the Barbed Gate, and this baby, oh god, it's... I gotta admit, I don't really care for these as dominoes, as you'll see in a second, as they're just gigantic. They're giant walls with barbed wire on them. And, oh god, it's not catching me. Come on, take, you fool. Take. There we go. It's picked it up. You can tell because the camera has gotten really, really close to us now because of the fact that it's trying to get the camera right behind us, but there is a giant metal wall there. But there we go. Let's turn the spawning off and knock them over. Oh god, I forgot I was jumping with spacebar. Oh boy. My intention was to jump into the metal to knock them over, but I forgot that spacebar turns it on. Well, let's just knock those down. And it did nothing. Oh, nope, it caught it. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, excellent. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these giant metal walls with barbed wire being what we use for our dominoes, but oh well. We also have a few up in the sky now, which will probably never come down. That's quite interesting. I hadn't actually tried jumping before with spawning them. Huh. Well, let's get rid of all of those and take a look at the last one, which is numbers. And this is probably the strangest of the items to use as dominoes. They are literally just numbers. There was 2. Okay, come on. Pick up. There we go. We got a lot of 3s, some 6s, some 7s. We're getting all the numbers in there. Look at that. Beautiful. I don't know why, but this is a thing. You can play dominoes with numbers. And back into it. Look at it. Strangely satisfying. I really don't know why I find this so amusing, but it just is. It's so useless, but so entertaining. But yes, that is the Domino Mod. If you would like to check it out for yourself, you can take a look at the link in the description, as always. And I definitely say to give it a gander. It is just a whole lot of fun. I've been spending probably far too much time just playing around with this thing, making cool, intricate domino designs. Probably about an hour and a half, which is quite possibly far too much time to be playing with this, but I love it. So if you give it a try and find you have created a really cool domino creation, I guess, I would love to see it. So you can send it to me on Twitter, Google+, Facebook, whatever social medias you enjoy. And yeah, I would love to see what you knock over. But that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next. But until then, thank you for watching, my friends, and as always, have a good one. And that was actually pretty well timed to actually finish the domino set. Lovely. Excellent. Later, folks.